The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros. Carl Froch says his legacy is better than Anthony Joshua's. Do you agree? Now, before we jump into this, we're going to actually take a look at the video in which Carl Froch said this, because apparently him and AJ had words, and here's what Carl Froch had to say.
So he's called me a prick, and I've gone back to him and said, who are you fucking calling a prick? And, you know, he's come back and said, I don't like you. Well, fair enough, you don't like me. But all I've done is been honest and give constructive criticism on what you've done since losing to Ruiz and Usyk and where you're going now. You're fighting Dubois. There's no need to get personal. No need to start on a man's hooter. It's looking pretty good, by the way. And then you've got your £10 and your £20 notes rolled out on your bed. He's saying,
get on my level. Get on my level.
Levels. It's all about levels. Where's the humble guy gone? Where's remain humble? Stay humble.
Remain humble. You can relate. And as I said, your wealth is in character, not in material objects.
Listen, you talk about levels. He says, I'm not on his level. But he's talking about money. Fair play to him. He's made a fortune. He's smashed it. But let's talk about levels in terms of legacy and fights and career wins. A little fat kid from Mexico made him quit, for fuck's sake. He spat his gum shield out and is looking around looking for the corner, looking for people in the crowd to help him out. He got punched from pillar to post. The referee's looking at him. Do you want to carry on? Do you want to keep fighting? And what's he done? He's quit on his feet. That is embarrassing. Something the Cobra would never, ever do. And you can take that to the bank.
So the Cobra, he struck and he bit Anthony Joshua in his video. Trill Dollar Bill. Your reaction to what he said, and who do you think has a better legacy, Carl Froch or Anthony Joshua?
I'm gonna start it off by saying Carl Froch is my guy, the Cobra. Shout out to the Cobra. He hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? The Cobra hasn't changed. He's still the same. He still act like he's still competing to fight. You know what I'm saying? Cobra has always been like that. That's what actually attracted me to him, because, you know, he talked that talk and he was willing to walk that walk, you know. He has a great legacy, so I can understand why he could be like, okay, talk about AJ's legacy. But let me start here. Carl Froch.
The paperwork.
Yeah,
the paperwork on Carl.
Pull out the paperwork on Carl. Shout out to Carl Froch. 33 victories, you know what I'm saying? Only 2 defeats with 24 KOs. Now let's really just talk about. Let's break this down. You know what I'm saying? Your legacy. You know, you beat a young George Groves. You beat him twice. You know, you did revenge your loss against Mikkel Kessler, like AJ. You know, revenge his loss against a heavy hitter, heavy puncher. You know what I'm saying? You did stop Luce Bute from Canada. Yeah. And he had some good wins. He had some good wins against Glenn Johnson, Arthur Abraham. That's one puncher. Jermaine Taylor. You have John Pascal. But he lost to Andre Ward. And to me, he got a gift with Andre Durrell. But he did get that victory. You know what I'm saying? You have it. I'm just, you know.
I know what you're saying. I'm shaking my head at the robbery. I'm just remembering that fight.
Yeah.
Him getting beat up.
He got a gift with.
And he got hurt in that fight.
Yeah, and he got a gift. You know. Yeah. Been plenty of times you have been humbled, and yes, you have been champion multiple times at 168. You know. But you didn't hold all 3 belts at one time. Let me bring it to the guy, Anthony Joshua. 28 wins, 3 losses. You know, you didn't have to go up against a guy like Alexander Usyk. But and fight these guys that are punchers, like devastating punches. Like, I mean, we know we got some off the Abraham he could have cracked, but he didn't not coming in here weighing where he was weighing. You got to give the big boys their respect. Now let's just run past this this Anthony Joshua resume. So let's start with Dillian White, Charles Martin. We got Brazil. We got Molina, if you want to count them. Klitschko, Carlos Takam. Shout out to Carlos Takam. You know what I'm saying? He follows us on the Boxing Bros Instagram. Joseph Parker, Povetkin, Andy Ruiz, like I say, he revenged that. Pulev, Franklin, Helenis, Wallin, and the guy who knocked down Tyson Fury. Yes, I'm gonna mention Francis Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so if you're naming all these names, you see you got what names you got? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have nine names on your resume, and you lost to 2 of those 9. And then we count AJ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still going. 11, 12, 13, 14. And here's the kicker. AJ's still going. He's still going. He's still going. I don't like it when these guys go against it. AJ is fighting the guys they put in front of him. These guys is all ranked high. These guys is all in the top 10. And you're discrediting him how? You're giving him constructive criticism how? AJ has shown that he's humble. But when do you stop being bullied? Right? And when I say bullied, people are like, how is AJ being bullied? He's big, he's strong. He's just everybody always got something to say, right? When does he have something? When he can't say nothing back? He can't say, come on, why you always got something negative to say? People say it's cool. They cover when people are being haters. You know how they cover it up? Oh, it's just constructive criticism. For real. Sometimes it is constructive criticism, but if you're doing it all the time, it turns into hate. And it seemed like my man Carl Froch been on my man. Hey, I don't know what happened. Is it a girl behind the scenes?
I don't think so.
I don't know what is it. I don't know what is it. They're from the different hoods over there across the pond. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. I really don't. They got different soccer teams that they root for. Because I don't see what the hate is. Because there's two that they're not even in the same weight class. And these guys don't even fight the same, and they were just too different. So I don't understand where the comparison of legacies came into or how that started with Carl Froch. But yeah, I think AJ got the more numbers, notable names under his belt, and he's still going. You know, I just don't understand the AJ hate. Just really don't understand the AJ hate. And Carl Froch is my man. You know what I'm saying? I was rooting hard for Carl Froch. You know what I'm saying? Even when he got that the victory over Andre Durrell. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Oop, it's a robbery. Things happen. We got you." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sure. I was mad. I was mad at the robbery, but I was still happy that Carl Froch got the chance to move on because that's how much I like Carl Froch. I liked his energy. You know what I'm saying? Well, not after that fight because then he tried to play it off like I knew I had it the whole time. But he was damn knee to knee. We were on him real. They were both on the knee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just letting y'all know I really rock with him.
No, Durrell started on the knee.
Yeah.
Then he like he extended the love out to Froch, and Froch kind of was arrogant about it, like, let me do his little game or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just I just think that passions get going, and people always criticize AJ without really taking a hard look at what he's been able to do and accomplish. You know what I'm saying? That was Thanos at one point. You know what I'm saying? Gathering all the belts to make it easy for Usyk, like you had mentioned in the episode prior.
Mm-hmm. Usyk said, "All right, now I'll step up and fight you for all them belts." Look, let's talk about it for a second. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm just gonna be uncut real. Carl Froch, right? For starters, the first time I was exposed to Carl Froch was during the Super 6 tournament. The tournament, I remember it featured Mikkel Kessler, Carl Froch,
Arthur Abraham,
Andre Ward, Arthur Abraham,
Andre
Durrell, and Alan Green. Super 6. So going in, I thought the most talented fighters were Andre Ward and Andre Durrell. They were very, very good fighters. And I remember the fight in Nottingham, England. Nottingham, it was Andre Durrell versus Carl Froch. And I remember watching that fight. Bro, it was a robbery. Andre Durrell beat the brakes off of Carl Froch. He even hurt Carl Froch in, I think, the 10th round on the ropes. So you can't say he ran, because not only did he outbox him, he hurt Carl Froch. He beat him. Okay? He beat Carl Froch. I implore everyone to go back and watch the fight. Now, this is a major stage in both of their careers, because Andre Durrell, to this day, has never been officially a champion. And he would have been had he beaten Carl Froch that night, which he did beat Carl Froch, but he didn't win. It was so bad, and this is before YouTube was big and everything. They were calling it the robbery in Nottingham. And Jim Gray said to him, even when he was interviewing him, he said, "What do you say to the people who said you only won this fight because it took place in your hometown of Nottingham?" And he knew he lost, but his ego, he had to pull it together. So let's talk about this. Carl Froch, your whole career took off on a robbery, bro. That's just swept under the rug. So you sit around acting like, you had this immaculate career, and I'm not going to take it away from you, but you have a huge robbery on your resume. AJ has one split decision loss to Usyk. I remember being a split decision, I believe, right? One of them was, off the top of my head, I think one of them was a split decision. Wasn't a split decision. It should have been unanimous. I think a lot of people know that. But imagine if Usyk got robbed versus AJ in that first fight. It would be similar to what you got against Durrell, because AJ would have been able to move on with his career, fight for undisputed, and possibly beat Tyson Fury the way Usyk did. And then he gets to say, "Look at my legacy, Carl." The robbery matters, bro, because that set off an unfortunate chain of events for Anthony Durrell. Anthony Durrell went on to fight
Arthur
Abraham, and Arthur Abraham landed a vicious punch when he was on the ground.
That's what killed Andre Durrell right there. That punch that landed by Arthur Abraham derailed Durrell's career.
Exactly. That punch by Arthur Abraham derailed Durrell's career. Perfectly said. Andre Durrell was up on the cards. Now, it was getting heated. It was getting testy. And I will give credit to Arthur Abraham. He was closing the distance, and he was getting closer to Durrell. But Durrell was still elusive. Durrell was still landing punches, and Durrell was still on the verge of pulling off another victory. That's why Arthur Abraham was frustrated, and that's why he hit Durrell when he was down. So, bro, remember why this is important. If Andre Durrell doesn't get robbed against Carl Froch, he has an easier fight in the next round. And he's never in the ring with Arthur Abraham. So you got demons on you, buddy, Carl Froch. So Carl Froch says that his resume is better. You pointed it out, bro. He lost to Mikkel Kessler. He got get back against Mikkel Kessler. Cool. He fought Andre Ward, the best fighter he's ever faced, and he lost. So how can you can't compare. So if Andre Ward's the best fighter you ever fought, you lost. Decisively. Usyk's the best fighter that AJ's fought. He lost. But he rematched him and he fought him twice. Bro, no one thinks you could beat Andre Ward. On your best day, you couldn't touch Andre Ward. Today, you still couldn't touch Andre Ward today, Carl Froch. Y'all can glove up today, Andre Ward will still cook you. So what are you talking about? I guarantee you this. Anthony Joshua has a better chance of beating Alexander Usyk than you ever have of beating Andre Ward at any time in your life ever. So what are you talking about? Bro, you pointed out. So I don't want to rehash the wins. You pointed out the notable victories. Anthony Joshua has victories over first ballot Hall of Famers. Anthony Joshua has victories over long reigning champions. He even has victories over guys who are emerging currently, like Joseph Parker. He has victories over the old school and the new school.
Yeah, you're right. And Carl Froch got a loss to a Hall of Famer.
Exactly. So, Carl, let's talk about what this is really about. Your claim to fame, the thing that made you was that you packed in 80,000 at Wembley Arena. That was your claim to fame. You were seen as the it guy in the UK. And then Anthony Joshua came and started smashing all the pay-per-view records. Anthony Joshua holds, I know Anthony Joshua holds the pay-per-view records in the UK, bro. You're not on the list. Anthony Joshua, his pay-per-view buys surpass you. He's a much bigger star than you ever were. You don't like that. Your Wembley record was smashed by Tyson Fury when he fought Dillian White. He broke your record at Wembley. So now your claim to fame is dead. Actually, AJ broke it first. I think AJ broke it with Klitschko. That's right. Now we're getting into it. AJ broke the Wembley record with Klitschko. So you big mad in your feelings. Tyson Fury broke it. AJ's record with Klitschko at Wembley when he fought Dillian White, and AJ's about to break the record at Wembley again, fighting Daniel Dubois. And you mad because the more AJ continues to do work, the more you keep getting pushed further down the list. Your 80,000 isn't so impressive anymore. Fury packed in, I think, like almost 100,000. AJ's probably going to try to pack in 100,000, and you just see your legacy slipping away. Carl Froch, let's look at every objective metric we can use to measure whether or not your legacy is better than Anthony Joshua's. Most notable wins. Your most notable win is Mikhail Kessler. Anthony Joshua's most notable win is Vladimir Klitschko. You can try to downplay it all you want to, but Vladimir Klitschko was 10-year reigning champion. Fury beat him, but he didn't spark him out the way AJ did. And AJ has sparked out several other great fighters. AJ beat Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Kubrat Pulev, Alexander Povetkin. He has a solid resume, bro. He's beaten better fighters than you. So AJ's beating better fighters. Who sold more? Who sold more pay-per-views? Who sold the most in the UK? Anthony Joshua. Let's go Floyd Mayweather now. Who made the most money? Who made the most money? Anthony Joshua's made the most money. Who's the most recognizable? Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua smashes you, Carl Froch, on every metric. How could you bring in legacy? And just so you know, when Anthony Joshua retires, he is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Oh, I'm sorry, Trill. You brought up a point. Who's had more titles? Anthony Joshua is two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, and he has a shot at being three-time heavyweight champion. I heard you made a video hating, saying that the IBF belt shouldn't be on the line for this fight. I know you mad. You big mad. So lastly, you said Anthony Joshua, what happened to the humble Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua is sick of you biased UK media heads, and he's not taking it anymore. See, I pointed this out because the great Simon Jordan, the clown who couldn't take a punch to save his life, said, what happens if Anthony Joshua gets hit by a punch with Daniel Dubois? I think he's going to get PTSD and be reminded of all the other fights. Ironically, he thinks that Tyson Fury can go in the ring and beat Usyk in a rematch. But who's more likely to get PTSD? Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua? Tyson Fury's been dropped in his last 2 fights, one by a guy making his professional debut. And he's been dropped way more than Anthony Joshua. So again, why doesn't he think Tyson Fury would get PTSD? Carl Froch, he wants to question Anthony Joshua's mental. He said, oh, I'm giving you constructive criticism. Well, why'd you say you got knocked out by a little fat guy? If your criticism's constructive. You're trying to downplay, you're trying to embarrass him like Andy Ruiz hasn't been fighting since he was 6 years old. He's been a fat kid since he was 6 years old, but he's been collecting bodies his entire life. And then, Carl Froch, you talk like Andy Ruiz is one of the fastest heavyweights. Stop it, bro. Just stop it. So I'm going to close by saying this. Anthony Joshua is sick of the media. He's sick of seeing how the double standard is. Tyson Fury falls out on his face. Oh, it's just a night off. Why are they even recording him doing that? When Anthony Joshua goes and checks them kids, them college kids, for calling them glass jaw. Oh, AJ needs to get it together. Oh, he's unstable. Why would he talk to the kids at uni like that? You weren't saying why were they recording AJ? AJ's sick of y'all, bro. I'm glad he's sick of y'all because what y'all try to do is get Anthony Joshua to second guess himself. You try to make it seem like Anthony Joshua is some fragile dude. If you tap him, he will break. But the guys y'all were hyping up, Deontay Wilder, we just saw him get cooked. We just saw he got punched so hard he turned around. He thought he was in ballet. Y'all used to hype that guy up, cooked. You guy y'all called the generational talent, he can't even stay on his feet against an MMA fighter. But then when Anthony Joshua was going to fight the MMA fighter, oh, he shouldn't get no credit for that. Oh, yeah, why? Because you knew he was going to spark him out. It was going to make your boy Fury look bad. Y'all all got agendas in the UK media. That's why he's not being humble anymore. But I know what y'all like to say to someone like Anthony Joshua, have some respect. That's what y'all say to me when I talk about Eddie Hearn. Have some respect. We'll have some respect for you when you have some respect for us.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill. You just heard my brother Caden Cook, LLG for life. We the Boxing Bros.